This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, leads PDP G5 governors to meet President Tinubu signs new law raising retirement age for judges. On the foreign scene, former U.S. President Donald Trump faces court charges over secret files. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. I am Ifeemi Andrew. The Rivers State House of Assembly is to screen and confirm 5 commissioner designates this morning. A letter by the acting clerk, Emeka Amadi, listed commissioner designates to include the former chief of staff under the Wike administration, Emeka Woke, and the former state commissioner for social welfare and rehabilitation, Inime Akuma, who is the current national president of FIDA Nigeria. Others include Nwanfo Uchechukwu, Kenneth Chisomba, and Henry Ogiri. They've been asked to appear before the House for the screening. Moving on, the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has reiterated that the Rivers State is a Christian state. His comment comes after former Niger Delta agitator Asare Dokubo yesterday asked the governor to retract his tweet that Rivers State is a Christian state and will remain strong in Christian values. Speaking when the leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria paid him a visit at the government house in Port Harcourt yesterday, the governor said he does not owe anyone an apology for his comment.
People are talking about the dredging of Orashi River. As far as I know, dredging.
Apologize for that mix-up there. Governor Fubara also assured that his administration will only embark on people-oriented projects.
We didn't make any mistake when we declared that our Christian value will be upheld, and this is just a start of it. We do not owe anybody any apology. We are a Christian state. When we started our journey, Khan was there. You stood with us in your prayers before, during, and after the election. We can't survive without your prayers. We can't survive without partnering with you.
Also speaking, the chairman of Khan in Rivers State, Doki Boeria Kaladokubo, appealed for support and the reintroduction of Christian pilgrimage.
We are resolved to work with the Christian Association of Nigeria Rivers Chapter, and the declaration that Rivers State is a Christian state renewed the courage and resolution of Christians in the state to continue in support for your administration and government in Rivers State. The church in Rivers State shall continue in our prayers and intercession for the success of your administration. Your Excellency, the Khan Secretariat is in a very bad state of dilapidation, and as a result, chairman, the officers and staff of Khan do not have a place to work. We also request your kind statement of Christian pilgrimage to the Holy Land.
Away from that, the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, CP Nwonyi Emeka, has warned vigilantes and other local security outfits against jungle justice, torture, arrest, detention of suspects, and other unethical acts in the discharge of their duties. CP Emeka gave the warning during a meeting with local government chairmen, traditional rulers, youth leaders, stakeholders, vigilante groups from the Rivers East Senatorial District at the police officers' mess yesterday. He said any suspect arrested must be handed over to the police for prosecution in accordance with the law.
The vigilante in crime fighting in Rivers State, I must confess, they have come to stay. The vigilante are our partners. While we like their activities, we also want to emphasize on the excesses of some of these vigilantes. We would not like excessive use of force or jungle justice from vigilantes. We cannot have a group of people we say are coming to help us to sustain life and properties, and the same people are the ones beheading, killing those lives that are coming to protect. So what I'm saying here is excessive use of force and tyrannical activities of vigilantes must be curtailed.
The Rivers State Commissioner of Police also cautioned traditional rulers against land and chieftaincy disputes in the interest of peace.
Also, let's advise ourselves on issues of land and chieftaincy. This land was there before we came, and that land will still remain as we are going. Your only portion there is just 6 feet. That is their only share. If you like, put ground for how many acres? Now only down 6 feet, now you get. Nothing more than that. So let's respect ourselves and don't go to extremes of using other weapons just to end land that end up people killing people for nothing. A land that you will also live in this very world.
CPA Makeup further urged traditional rulers to ensure an enabling environment between community and companies operating in their domain.
Communities are enjoying to always have an interface with companies operating in their areas. Anybody that's come to do business in your area, welcome him as a partner. He has something to offer, and he also has something to take. It's a give and take. And also, the companies that are here, please, always be on friendly notes with your community. Because it is when the community that is peaceful that the business you came to invest on can thrive. It's a partnership that everybody must synergize for us to achieve.
Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the police commissioner in the state also appealed to parents to warn their children in wards against cultism, armed robbery, and other forms of criminal acts. In another development, some commercial tricycle drivers in Ogbogoro, Obiakpo local government area of the state have protested the alleged killing of their colleague in Sikak Esieme. The angry protesters who marched to the complex of Kuwazobia in Firm yesterday said 38-year-old in Sikak was punched by a popular levy collector in the area during an argument over a ticket fee of 200 naira. The president of the Tricycle Union in Ogbogoro community, Ivumba Friday, spoke on this.
The Nsika SMA was murdered this morning by one OCC, a cultist that have been terrorizing the Ogbogoro and our people on daily basis. We got similar information and we'll be reporting this matter to OSPAC, even to the police. When police will come to arrest this particular hoodlum that have been terrorizing KK people, the OSPAC will aid the send OC in question to run. So many times he used to break their windscreen in Ogbogoro. Our KK people, they are law-abiding people that are respecting the law. They pay their tax on daily basis. But if you see the level of ticket from community, from the OCC, meted on our KK people, up till now, so I'm speaking to you, we don't know whereabouts of the corpse of our member that has died.
The elder brother of the dead tricycle rider Lucky Daniel Esieme also spoke to our correspondent.
When I left from work to my house, so I see my junior brother wife in my house telling me, say on the way, my junior brother carry a passenger to Ogbogoro Junction. Reaching there, the task force people tell him to give you 200. He say this the time that he come out, say 200. So from there, they blow my brother from belly. So he fall down and they rush him to the hospital. And on the way, the hospital they rush him, we go there and say they are taking him out. See now, I don't know where my brother corpse is. We want the person to come and show me my brother dead body and look for the matter how we go bury him.
The police are yet to speak on this. Elsewhere, a middle-aged woman, Stella Phillip, is seeking justice for her 30-year-old son, Promise Phillip, whom she says was killed by her neighbor's children. Mrs. Phillips tells our crime correspondent that her son, Promise, was beaten to death in their neighborhood around Jesus Avenue off NTA Abara Link Road in Port Harcourt on his way home from work.
In the presence of his father, this boy start to blow my son. Face swell up. Now carry him. God, Moses. Say, Moses, are you in the house? He say, yes. Moses, come out and hold a promise for me. As in the run, they come. Now him brother, if he brother, carry 2 Coke bottle, give him. Now him run. As in they come. Moses, hold promise. As in hold him. Now then jack him for the front of the Adomo there. Then press him neck, carry the bottle, took the 2 head, carry block, knock him. Now him push the boy. The boy come again, carry leg, match promise for ground. Before I come carry him, the rush for the lineage. So the woman will treat him. Then beg the papa pay money. Papa saying no get. Now like that, carry the pikin run. Before I go do extra, do everything, the pikin can't die.
She, however, called on relevant authorities to help her get justice on the matter.
I don't go police people now. Then they don't pack all their things. Now the police people break their house. Good. There's nothing remain for their house. Then go carry him, mama. Then bear themselves 150,000. So the landlord association for Jesus Avenue come carry the if he father come go. Then bail them too. They say make them go bring the children. Come till today I don't see anything. Then see they work out. Then see them because people say that they see them for Upper Link Road. I no get anybody, I no get money. Make government people help me. Make them draw that boy. Make them go and tell me how the money put my 30 years begin for grave. Make government people help me. Make them go and do me. Make come out this kind of tears from my eye.
Some of her neighbors also spoke on this.
We thought it's something that he will recover from. Eventually, couldn't make it. The government should take the right action because for us here, we are helpless. Let justice prevail.
But I'm not happy at all.
Everybody in the streets, we are still shocked of the incident that happened that took the life of Mr. Tangod. That is a Promise Philip. He's a cool guy, always going for his work. Please, the police should do something. At least the perpetrators should come and be persecuted. They should come and tell the parents of the deceased why they killed their son. Just a 30-year-old boy. They should come and they are nuisance of the streets. That's just the truth. They've been and always nuisance of the street. They commit one trouble or the other here and there. They fight, they beat, molesting people, even some secondary school students. Sometimes they call them, collect their phones or anything from them.
Reacting to this, the chairman of the civil society organization in Rivers State, NFR George Will, called on the police to compel parents of the suspects to provide their children.
For us in the civil society space, our position is that the police should immediately search and arrest the killers of Promise. We want to call the police to make sure that they use the parents of the accused to get their children. Yes, we agree that even though the parents were not the ones who committed the crime, but the police should get the parents involved so that they can search and give them links on how to get those who have killed Promise. We're monitoring the process and to make sure that the police or any other agency involved do not sweep this matter under the carpet. Justice for Promise.
The police have yet to comment on this. Some Port Harcourt residents say President Bola Tinubu's 1 week in office has brought hardship and sufferings to Nigerians. They spoke to our correspondent in reaction to a statement credited to a PDP chieftain, Reno Omokri, that President Bola Tinubu has performed well in his first week in office.
It was too early to just remove subsidy without any provision. We are all entitled to our own opinion and suggestion. The government is just barely how many days? It's not up to 2 weeks. I don't know if I should just call that an eye service.
The suffering is much. It's not fair.
He has hit the ground running.
The way the economy is now, many people cannot be able to feed for 3 times a day. Some say once they find it so difficult to feed. Youth are really suffering.
We will recover quick in this Tinubu government. We will recover.
The issue of fuel subsidy removal. Somebody like me, I will have suggested, if I have opportunity, I will have suggested to him that an increased salary. I think we will be able to move along with the removal of the subsidies.
Mr. Omokri, who is a former presidential aide, had listed Tinubu's achievements in his first week in office to include an emerging single naira exchange rate, persuading NLC to suspend its proposed strike, a boost in the stock market, and relative peace in the country, among others. Still ahead, President Tinubu signs new law raising retirement age for judges. Stay tuned. Amendment Bill harmonizing the retirement age of judges across courts. The Director of Information, State House, Abiodun Olatunjoye, disclosed in a statement that the President signed the bill presented by the outgoing 9th National Assembly. With the new law, judges of both the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court can now remain on the bench till they are 70 years old. Former Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, yesterday led the G5 group of former and current PDP governors to a meeting with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president, at the presidential villa in Abuja. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde told newsmen after the closed-door meeting with the president that he and his colleagues were there to convey their commitment to fairness, justice and equity in the country and the importance of these values for the nation's development for the promotion of justice and equity in Nigeria.
At the G5, at the integrity group, we came to let the president know what we stood for: fairness, justice, and equity, and we haven't changed. We're going towards Mr. President, coming with us on the route for fairness, for justice, and for equity in Nigeria.
Governor Makinde was flanked by 4 other members of the group who are now immediate past governors. The other former governors are Samuel Otom of Benue State, Okezi Ekpeazu of Abia State, and Ifeanyi Ogwuanyi of Enugu State. The federal government has declared Monday, June 12, 2023, public holiday in commemoration of this year's Democracy Day celebration. This was contained in a statement by the Permanent Secretary and Minister of Interior, Oluwatoyin Akinlade.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump will appear in a federal court in Miami on Tuesday after being charged over his handling of classified documents. His lawyer made this known. Reports suggest he's facing a multi-count indictment related to retaining national defense information and obstruction of justice. The indictment, a document which details the charges against him, has not been publicly released.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, you heard that a former Chief of Staff, Emeka Woke, former Commissioner Inume Aguma, are among 5 set to be screened for commissioner position at the Rivers State House of Assembly. The police has warned Rivers local vigilantes against torture, arrest and detention. Commercial tricycle drivers have demanded justice for their colleague allegedly killed by a popular levy collector in Rivers State. A woman is seeking justice over the death of her son who was killed by her neighbor in Port Harcourt. Former Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has led the PDP G5 governors to meet President Tinubu. President Tinubu has signed a new law raising retirement age of judges. On the foreign scene, former U.S. President Donald Trump has faced court charges over secret files. The news was edited by Choma Ezemafo. Cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this morning. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. I am Ifeami Andrew. Good morning.